Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. We got Jake, we got Marilyn, we got Brian, we got Krystle, we got Ratreyu. Ratreyu is the correct pronunciation.
You.
Ratreyu.
And Bastion.
They all have great names.
Bastion, Balthazar, Bucks.
Hello, Joshua. Hello, Mike. Hey, special shout out to Mr. Draxgal.
Draxgal is in the house.
We got Jesse. We got Daniel. Good to see everybody. Hello, Rob. And hello, all of you.
Hello.
Wow. It feels like it's been forever.
You know, the same thing.
I missed last month, so that's probably why.
Same.
You were busy.
Yeah, I almost missed tonight. But
Krystle almost forgot she didn't get the link.
No, I've got a pack and I'm flying out to New York tomorrow. So I'm just
Sorry, Krystle. We moved it. Thank you for relocating with us, everyone. Pushing it a week. We had some conflicts, but we're back and better than ever to review the never-ending story.
Never-ending story. I love that song.
Marilyn, now here's the thing. I will say, while I personally did not like the song, I have been whistling and humming it all week.
It's true.
So while yes,
to that, yeah,
it does not appeal to my special interests. However, it is definitely an earworm.
Keep having it.
Catchy.
It must appeal to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's one of my favorite songs ever.
Ever.
I would say it's in the top. It's in the top 100.
We should get into this because I guess we should start with prior experiences. Movie. I'm pretty sure. I know Noah probably never saw it as being
correct
as a child.
Really? How old are you, Noah?
I am a ripe 28.
And you've never seen the Neverending Story.
Correct. And now here's the thing. I told Jake and Sarah at the office, it's not that I haven't had the opportunity to. Like my uncle had it on like VHS, it was there for me to watch. It was just something about the cover artwork and the design. I was just
that made you not want to grab it?
Right?
Dude, that show, I mean, it looks like they were definitely on drugs when they made it. So when I was in high school, I was like, yes, that is a me movie. Like, I went through all those covers. That is definitely an amazing cover.
Yeah, it's something I haven't been able to not compare this to Labyrinth all week because I love Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. We should put that on the list.
We should. I would die
for
the cover.
God damn it.
We should have.
I never this just in. I never saw this movie. Never saw this movie. Never saw this movie, never had an interest in seeing this movie. I've hung out with Hathaway at different conventions. The dude is jacked and all tattooed up now, which is true. But never did I see it. I mean, let's go through what 84 had to offer. The Terminator had it to offer. Stop Making Sense. This is Spinal Tap. Ghostbusters. Killing Fields, Splash, Amadeus, Karate Kid, Once Upon a Time in America, Gremlins, Romancing the Stone, All of Me.
Oh my God.
Beverly Hills Cop.
It was a good year.
Candles, Star Trek 3, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Wait, there's more. Last Starfighter, Top Secret, The Funeral, Soldier Story. We have Swing Shift, Starman, Muppets Take Manhattan, for God's sakes. Tightrope. We had Dreamscape, which unfortunately we review. Night of the Comet, awesome movie.
That's a Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Pope of Greenwich Village, Body Double, Silkwood.
Wait, Brian, how old were you in '84?
14.
So this wasn't your demo.
I mean, yes, it is. I mean, it's
kid. Once you're a teenager.
I mean, I wasn't even born in '84, but I found time to watch it. So there's that.
I mean, was it marketed in a way that
Krystle?
I'm just saying, I saw this at Blockbuster when you could see all the awesome cover art in the back.
My point is, though, I think like Brian was past the, like, I think if you were like under 12, it was probably more geared toward you. Once you're like,
maybe. I mean, I remember the marketing for it. It was heavily, out there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it wasn't.
I mean,
Police Academy. I'm
Did
just
it
keeping
skew
looking at
towards little kids
I like-
or just like fantasy?
I feel like this would be appealing more to little kids.
I mean, it's a PG movie, so
Yeah.
whatever
Would it
PG
be like the
movies.
Page Master kind of? Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
Like to that age group? Because I never really looked at this movie as a little kids movie, like ever, until I rewatched it last weekend. And I was like,
What?
is this a kids movie? Like, I don't think it's a kids movie.
The
And
horse death is very sad.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I kind of
The
agree.
horse.
And
As I
the
was-
wolf.
Now I was thinking the same thing. It's like I was wondering. It's like, all right, could this be? It's a kids movie, yes, but I think it's geared more towards adults because of the way that the story,
Family movie.
the meaning behind everything there.
This is an adult movie, not a children's movie. Adult movie.
But I did see it when I was younger. At what age? I have no clue. I mean, the 80s was, there was a lot of great things in the 80s. But I rewatched it.
Saddest scene in any movie ever.
I rewatched the movie when Fathom Events had it about 5 or 6 years ago. So I rewatched it then. And for me, the nostalgia still holds.
Yeah.
By the way, the horse was the smartest cast member in that movie.
He's like, I'm out.
Yep.
He's like, this is going nowhere. I'm out.
Terrible.
Wow.
Did anybody else not see it before? Had anybody else not seen it before besides Brian and Noah? Jake, you've seen it?
I saw it when I was in elementary school, which would have been like late 90s, no later than 2000. I couldn't have been any older than 9 or 10. And yeah, I watched it at a friend's house. I'm pretty sure it didn't blow my mind even back then. But yeah, I mean, there were certain scenes and moments that kind of stayed with me, like in the back of my mind after all these years.
That's impossible. That's the only clip they ever play of this movie.
That might be true. That and the horse scene.
I feel like I saw this many times when I was a youth, when I was a kid. Many times.
That and the riding of the luck dragon. Yeah,
It's wonderful. It's
I
better
feel
than I imagined.
I feel it might be more of a females type of film than
No.
but
it was the thirst trap.
it's like most of the people that I've known that love it are females. That's why I say that.
I will say that this the theme song to this movie is the theme song to the high fantasy balls that happen in Dallas. They're like 4 times a year, and this is always the highlight of the night when the song comes on. And they're a bunch of boys singing it. They might be gay. I don't know. They might be feminine boys.
Just out of curiosity, is there alcohol served at that event?
I think this is an alcohol movie.
Story.
I feel like this is not like I feel like this is an alcohol movie. That's why I say it's not.
you got to drink to get through it.
Movie.
I think so.
I was drinking
what I was
when I watched this again.
I think so.
I had a couple drinks in me.
I don't know.
So maybe it made
I wish I had a
This is
couple
gonna
of
be another Barbarella. I can feel it.
Me and my buddy watched it.
I love Barbarella. I didn't love this.
So we Barbarella. Please don't start with Barbarella.
Barbarella.
We literally start all of it with Barbarella, and
Yeah.
It did give us this greeting, if nothing else. And Jake Fonda in many sexy wardrobe changes. Okay, so that said, we all have varying degrees of experience with this film. We should get into specifics.
Plot
discussion. Wow, what was the plot?
I'm getting bullied by these kids. My mom is dead, but I still got to power through and be a good hard worker, just like my 1980s business dad says.
false. That is not the next.
Just like him. Be tough.
I think this was a push by the Librarian Association of America to people to read more books, like that creepy bookstore owner said.
Met him.
You met the bookstore man?
I mean, really? I can't say that it was 100% him, but he looked identical to him, and he used to come buy comics from me every Wednesday. And I had many photos with him.
Listen, I'm not sure if it was him.
I feel like that dude may or may not have been dead by the time I was selling comics at a comic shop. I met a dude who was identical, and I did not have time to fish out that photo.
Krystle
I also have the Oracle necklace, which I am very sad that I'm not wearing right now.
Wait, you got a selfie with the guy who looked like the bookstore guy?
Yes.
Oh.
I can't confirm or deny that it was him or not.
Can we see the picture so we can confirm?
Yeah.
Literally told you I did not have to fish it out.
Damn it.
He looks identical. And he says he's gotten that more than once and not just from me.
Krystle got her photo with Andy Reid.
Krystle, find the photo of us together.
I love this character. Like, this character is amazing.
He's right there in your window as we speak.
Okay, have you guys ever seen The Neverending Story 2 or 3?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would also recommend Alcohol.
So, what was the plot of this movie?
I think Brian had it pretty well. Like, I think
it's like that. I think that's kind of corny there, but it's like it's more about believing in yourself, having
yes,
just getting through life, and
so the kids getting bullied. So that applies to, like, he gets the book. Then he's reading the adventure of
the hero,
Atreyu, who's got to save the world from the nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not really. I feel like it's kind of unclear what that is, unless I was drinking too much.
No.
I was kind of lost at the nothing part.
It's a very open conceptual kind of plot where if you're being bullied and you want to find strength, where there is no bullying in books. There you can lose yourself in a story, become the hero, become whatever you want, and then fulfill yourself with self-esteem. And then when the bullies come out, you beat them to death with a pile of books.
Or you summon your giant dragon to.
And that's like
that's like the cheesiest part of the whole movie.
Because that book was big fucking addiction. That thing was a thick ass book.
There they are, Atreyu. Kill them where they stand.
No, stop! He's dead already.
Oh my gosh.
You did it, Atreyu. You killed him.
Right.
Let's go get.
By the way, just so I don't run into Noah Hathaway at the cons, I'm kidding, Noah. Don't beat my ass.
He's awesome.
Dude, he's jacked. He's like, rah.
I feel like he has to be because he was.
I know he did. Yeah, I knew he did a lot of conventions. I never have run into him now.
Yeah.
I hear he's a good dude.
Very good dude.
Yeah.
So the plot, the nothing. They meet. They have this guy's in it. He's flying around.
Falcor. His name is Falcor.
There was a big turtle-looking dude. I remember.
I love him. I freaked out my friend so hard. We were watching this, and I had thought my friend had seen it as much as I did. So I did the thing that the turtle does, where he's like, and then my friend was like, "Oh my god, I thought you were having a heart attack," and I was like, "It's the turtle."
Turtle.
They're like, "Please don't do that."
The one thing I didn't understand when they tell Atreyu that he's got to go do this thing. They tell him he can't bring any weapons, and there's no real reason why.
No.
Because you don't need weapons to solve
a reason
why.
So it goes back to Brian and Marilyn's point, where the whole point of the story is to kind of dig within and find the hero within. So if you have a weapon, that's not really the hero within. So
got it. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, and it's not like he's given any real direction as to where to go. It was a quest. Yeah, quest to find himself, to find his purpose, and to find what it was that was needed to save.
Got that. Okay. There was
to find the titties.
Does anybody have a picture of the statues that he had to walk between?
The titties.
The titty statues. This was a little.
That should have been on the cover, 100%. So not in the blue so much, but when they are gold, they're like the most perfect round titties of all time.
Gold was cold.
It was clearly cold that night. Yeah.
That was like some of my first introduction to titties. Maybe that's why I love this movie so much. I don't know.
They had nipples, which is
Yeah.
for
weird choice for a kids movie.
That part was.
That's why I said it's not a kids movie.
All right, sorry.
What was this rated, by the way?
PG.
Hard R.
An 80s PG. Keep
That's
that in mind.
13 these movies, or sometimes
I'm surprised they got past the ratings board. That was a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
They're statues, people. Stop sexualizing things, for fuck's sake.
They were very welcome. They inspired Zenescope's C-rated books.
Mm-hmm. It all dates back to there. That's what the old dude was.
This
when
movie
he
made me want to start Zenescope. Z-rated.
Well, first of all, the title is totally misleading. The story obviously ended. So
actually, there was a lot that came after this.
Yeah, well, apparently the movie only covers the first half of the book that it's based on.
Actually, we're a part of the story, and we're always telling the story, and we're always reading the story, and it's so meta, and it comes full circle, guys. We're the story, and we never end.
Yeah. It's a magical book.
This is what inspired the movie Inception.
You read the book over and over, and it's different every time. It's like the Choose Your Own Adventure. I love those. Those are my favorite.
Choose your own adventure.
You'll have the goosebumps, or you can choose your own adventure. I love those.
I love Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah, I think some are too old and some are too young.
I like the books that they did a twofer where you would flip it upside down, and then you got a second book in the back.
What? Oh, just on one page.
Yeah.
Pages, yeah.
So yeah, it was two different books, and they would flip them. So you would just have to be like, all right, well, I guess I must have reached the end because this is the middle. Let's talk about all of the characters that we hated.
Yes.
Characters that we hated.
That we hated?
I'll go first.
Characters that we loved and or hated.
Oh, I did almost throw up when his dad just drank the egg. I was like, oh,
I had to rewind on that. And I'm like, wait a minute. What did he mix with that egg? And it's orange juice.
Wait, what? He mixed orange juice?
Oh, yeah, he puts a raw egg in there.
Orange juice and an egg.
I feel like that was a big thing in the 80s.
Rocky does it.
Yeah,
I thought it was just a big thing in case that he didn't have a
then.
wife and that the mother was dead and he was just trying to be a I think that's just how men live on their own. Is that right? I don't know.
But he obviously didn't care about his child because he never went looking for this child late at night during a storm.
Right?
What kind of?
And in the second movie, he gets in trouble.
Working late. It was the 80s. In the 80s, all the parents worked late. You know, latchkey kids and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen Stranger Things. Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's true. But that was kind of extreme.
Oh, Firebird Justice made a really cool point. The first PG-13 movie came out after The Never-Ending Story later that year.
Good job, Never-Ending Story.
Yeah, it just slid on by. Thanks, Firebird. That's actually a really cool fact. So wait, what year was this again?
84.
84.
They didn't have PG-13 movies until 84?
I don't think so.
Oh
they
my
saw
God.
this and they were like, all right, we got to come up with something.
Okay, so Brian, the photo that you have up there right now, this was like burned in my memory. It was just so cool and creepy. I think, I love the costuming in this film.
Deep Roy was also in it.
Oh, yeah.
Heavily dubbed.
Very dubbed, yeah. I feel bad for that dude. Has he ever done a movie where like we hear his real voice? Because I only know him from like Willy Wonka, and now this.
Right.
Oh, that really was the Willy Wonka guy?
Wait,
yeah, he played the Oompa Loompas in the.
Okay, I was joking when I said that earlier.
I thought.
Oh, well, you were right. That is him.
Oh.
No.
Was he? How tall is he? Is he?
He's a little guy.
He's actually not that much shorter than I am.
You were correct, Jake. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's the only dude I liked. That's the only guy I can get behind.
The Rock
Eater?
The Rock guy?
Yeah, the Rock Eater has a baby in the second film. It's really weird.
Spoiler.
So Noah's favorite character was the Rock dude. Least favorite character, Noah?
All of them. It was a nasty ass world. I hated the Hobgoblin. I hated the friggin' elves that lived in the stupid tree. Yeah, there they are.
I love
They are discount Princess Bride. 20 years.
Which we'll be reviewing later this
came
year.
out later, actually. So Princess Bride actually probably got it from this.
Well, then they did it better. It was an improvement.
This girl, what's her name?
Childlike Empress.
Empress Child.
The Empress is gorgeous.
The Child Bride.
I wanted to be
I'll be honest. By the time you got to her at the end, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Honestly, at that point, I was kind of like, come on. Never ending movie. More like
it's only 90 minutes.
She was 11 years old when she did this. It was her first acting job ever.
Yeah.
I thought she was spectacular. I mean, she was just...
They literally put her on the cover. Look at her.
Very ethereal and believable and very, very believable in her words and acting.
I think does the actress do conventions still?
Every once in a while.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yo, Drax is in my corner. Drax knows what's up.
Yeah. I mean, I think didn't she like do this movie and then she didn't act again until like 2017 or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, she waited that long.
I know, and in trying to get her, and unfortunately we couldn't. I did find out though that she's just directed her own film as well. So
good for her.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good job.
Look after that.
We almost had a guest again.
Okay, I actually do have a least favorite character.
Who? This kid?
No, the guy who speaks for the Empress. He looks kind of like
Chiron.
Yeah, like it just looks like a lady's part with like the on his head.
With the beard and everything. I'm just noticing like the thing on his.
What's this guy ever do to you?
Mohawk.
It just looks like a flower. You know? Yeah. We called him the Sea Man.
Oh, jeez.
I thought
really in a flower. Can we say that this has some Georgia O'Keeffe undertones in here? Like, I
can see it.
Yeah.
Well, it was directed by a German.
It was Wolfgang.
For me, like all the people that were there, I guess, the people of Fantasia, they were very weird looking.
They're supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this.
Yeah, no, but they were really far out though.
Apparently, the guy
got a drink.
The gentleman that wrote the initial story, from what I understand, he was on board when they said that they were going to adapt this into a movie. But when he visited set or he saw concept art or whatever, he was very kind of like, take my name off of this.
Yeah.
This is not my book. I'm not. I don't.
He hated the ending. He hated that, elements from Fantasia, which in the book is actually called Fantastica. He hated that characters like Falcor and everybody were kind of coming into the real world.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah,
I don't like the ending.
I've never read the book, but I think what happened was it was supposed to be the other way around. Like he was supposed to be absorbed into Fantasia, and even that's kind of there's no certainty of whether that's actually happening. Maybe it's just the lines between imagination and reality are kind of blurring together.
A dream state, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like the last minute or two when Falcor comes into the real world. Everything about it just looks really cheesy and terrible, and it doesn't follow what the story should be at all.
It's a forced happy ending is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Nobody likes that.
Jake, you read a lot of the books that have been, before there was a film. Have you read the book?
No, not this one. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be our resident book expert from now on. I expect you to read one book before every stream.
I think they call those people educated.
We want a book report. We want a full book report before every stream.
Yeah, I'll finally put my English degree to some use.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can read what's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre book. That I'm sure
is there a book? There's no book. No.
It's written by the same guy. He was so pissed off with the movie. He's like, I'm gonna tear it down with the chainsaw.
Oh my god.
What's our next segment, Noah?
Oh yes, thank you so much. So we talked about all of those wonderful characters.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
Memorable
scenes.
Let's get the horse one out of the way.
Favorite scene.
I'll go with my least favorite scene first, and it kind of goes with my other like least favorite character, I guess. The wolf growing up scared me so much.
Wolf was scary. Yeah, the wolf was scary when I was a kid. Now looking back, not so much.
I mean, he was still scary, but I had some wine when I rewatched this. Yeah, he's scary. Like that's pretty. I feel like maybe that's childhood trauma also.
I think scary in the sense that you can tell it was very animatronic, but
it was still
in '84. It was probably scary if you were a child.
Yeah.
But that's probably my least favorite scene. And my favorite scene is obviously Atreyu going through the women. I just thought it was a really cool like cinematic shot, not just because the boobs, but the whole aspect of it was just shot really well, I think. And it was just really, really pretty. And my other least favorite scene is obviously when the horse drowns. It took them a really long time to train that horse. Like it took a long time to get him to do that. And I've always wondered, like, how did he stand still?
Did the horse come back in the end or something, or no?
The horse does come back in the end, yes.
They brought him back to life, yeah. But like, I mean, if you look at behind the scenes footage, I mean, I was hoping that water was digital, but like, I mean, they really did like submerge that horse in black goo.
You're okay.
Yeah, the horse was probably terrified.
Yeah,
and they had to
should have been.
Well, they had to do it a lot, and it took them a long time. But I mean,
too much time.
They went through 15.
Well, Noah was hurt quite a few times during that scene as well.
Yeah, he was like caught on the elevator that they used to like, lower the horse, and he almost drowned or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The thing is, too, it's like Noah's lines was also dubbed.
That's true. Yeah,
he had that British voice at like at one point. It sounds like he goes British, where he's like, "No, I won't let that guy go."
Oh, he's British?
No, I don't think he's.
A lot of the people were dubbed on this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the point is, it just doesn't sound like him when he's delivering those lines.
No.
I'm seeing movies being dubbed. I better see some karate or some shit.
Hell yeah. I need to see robots that transform into other things.
Because nobody liked it when you don't match the things together with your voice.
I've never noticed it was dubbed.
The famous dubbing of what's that movie we reviewed like 2 years ago? Flash Gordon.
Yes.
Flash Gordon. I can get behind Flash Gordon.
The actor.
Oh,
remember that? We had him on.
It's so funny. We are only halfway through the show, yet it feels like we've gone through a full show already.
We really don't have a lot to talk about this movie. I will talk about my least favorite. My least favorite scene is the killing of the wolf part, where finally we get a fight scene, and it literally is 1.2 seconds. He like fucking just stood there with the knife, and then we cut to the wolf's dead, and it was a letdown. It was a letdown.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I think the wolf animatronic almost crushed the actor while they were shooting it, and like knocked the wind out of him.
They should have showed that, and maybe it would
also almost lost an eye.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
To be honest with you, it sounds like the making of documentary of this movie would have been.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting.
I'd watch that.
I almost killed a horse. They definitely almost killed a horse. They definitely
hearing all the craziness that went on.
Yeah.
The horse and the lead actor.
I did enjoy. I'm trying to think of a scene I enjoyed. I know there was some scenes I got to think. I don't know. Somebody else go first.
Well, I'll say that it's like the ending. Once it's like they go. He's talking to the Empress. Atreyu is talking to the Empress, and they realize, what he has to do in that whole situation. That's kind of my favorite part. Least favorite.
Is your mother still alive, Marilyn?
Yeah. Why?
Okay, my mother died, and so when I watched that as a kid, I just remember yelling out her name, because that was, my mom. And so I just remember like I used to cry at that part because I was like, just say her name, you know? So I think that it was I love that part. And maybe it's because of that connection. But I'm glad that someone else likes that part too.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's the buildup of the whole film to get to that point. I mean, it's a simple story, really, but
very.
Least favorite. I mean, there's a lot of little things. It's like I don't know that I really cared for all the characters, to be honest. It's like because it's like they were kind of sprinkled in. I don't think very utilized very well. I mean, they were almost. Were they necessary? I don't know.
No, I don't.
No.
I agree with you. I don't think that they were. It was just, hey, here's a goblin with a bat. Hey, there's a man with a snake.
It seems like a lot of the characters and like, you know, just creatures are there to chew scenery.
I feel like this was, they had the animatronics and they had this, at that time, probably was really cool effects.
Right.
So they were just like, let's cram as much of this in here as we can. And that's what I think is going on.
Falcor's got
Can we talk about that elephant in the room, which is, what is that?
The dragon in the room?
It's a luck dragon. It's not a dog. It's not a dog, but it does have dog elements.
It is an iguana that got some tree sap on him and fell into a pile of cut fur.
He likes children.
Is that an actual Chinese kind of thing? I know that
the ears and face would be different.
You mean Falcor?
Yeah.
It's like the Empress's, like, you know, servant. It's got a bit of like Fu Manchu in there.
I guess, but
that's more of a Wilford Brimley.
Nowhere did I find.
Shouldn't it have wings?
Yeah, right. If it's going to be flying, but I guess, well, but the Asian dragons don't have wings.
Yeah, they don't have wings.
No, but nowhere did I find information as to what he was made of. You know, what created him in any way.
No.
Interesting. The luck dragon.
And I was talking about this with Noah earlier. I mean, like in the sequels, he gets progressively more dog-like. Like this is what he looks like in the third movie.
Yeah, and that's a golden retriever.
Yeah.
The third movie, don't worry.
Is that Falcor?
That's Falcor in Neverending Story 3.
It's
and that's
not like a relative. They just were like, this is him now.
No, this is Falcor. Yeah, a different actor plays Bastian in each of the movies. Like this is Jason James Richter from Free Willy as Bastian in the third movie.
It's like I don't know that I ever knew there was a 3.
Yeah, there's a good reason for that. I don't like to acknowledge the third one, but the second one is interesting. If you like the first one, I highly recommend the second one as well.
Yeah, the second one is bad.
It's funny. I actually think the third one was my introduction to the franchise because, you know, I love the Free Willy movies when I was a kid. And every time I would like play like the VHS for Free Willy 2, they would show like an ad for like Neverending Story 3. And they would really play up the fact that Jason James Richter was in it. So, yeah. And I think that kind of piqued my interest a little bit. But then I saw the first movie and yeah, it didn't really do much for me. Sorry. Sorry, Jason James.
Any other standout scenes?
I would just like to ask a question in general, if I can.
You may.
What would you guys say is your most like traumatizing movie from your childhood? Because I know I'm seeing a lot of people in our comment section cite that this is their
horse drowning was definitely something that bothered me when I was a kid.
For me, it was Hellraiser, the 13th Friday the 13th movies, one other, and Jason. Those all of them.
If you're talking more of like this type of film that like I would say the Dark Crystal. I love the Dark Crystal, but I saw it when I was like uber young at like a nanny or someone's house, and I thought I dreamt it, and then later I saw it, and I was like, oh my god, that wasn't a dream. I must have seen this really young. You know.
For me, it would have been Jaws, plain and simple. 1975. It really kept people out of the water. Cool. By the way, this was what Falcor was going to look like in the fourth movie. By the way, you know. I think John Lithgow was playing him or something.
Do you guys remember Salem's Lot?
Sandlot?
I haven't seen the series.
When I was a kid, it was on. I was a little kid, and then the vampire comes to the window, and it's his brother. He's like, Ralphie, let me in. And the kid's name's Ralphie, and that screwed me up. And then my older brother and sister used to mess with me a lot with that.
The Transformers?
To clarify, I believe he's talking about the original one with Orson Welles from the 80s.
Yeah, Orson
not
Welles.
the Michael Bay Transformers.
Okay.
Like where Optimus Prime gets.
Is that a live action?
No, it's animated.
Oh.
But
What
Optimus
animated
Prime
movie
gets.
was there? Pinocchio, what?
Yeah, John,
Exorcist. That's another
John
one
is
that
like-
must have been
like, to
Exorcist.
this day, like if I'm swimming in a pool by myself, like I still have a very irrational fear of like something in the water. In
Right?
the pool.
And
You know what else is sorry to interrupt, another popular movie. To be honest with you, the original Alien. I saw that in theater. And that was scary as fuck.
I'll
bro.
tell you, I went to Disney World when they still had I was little and they still had the great movie ride where they take you through all the different movie scenes. And I hadn't seen Alien yet, but my eyes were closed the entire time it got to the xenomorph part. I'm like, just let me know when they get back to the gangsters, Mom. Like, I can't handle this.
Another one was Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay.
Because it was such a piece of shit. I remember seeing that in the theater as a young.
Are you guys the type of people who will ask for your money back at a theater or never?
I never have, but I've seen so many bad movies in the theater. Captain Ron. You guys don't even fucking know what Captain Ron is.
I remember Captain Ron. I've asked for my money back for one film.
Well, I asked for money back, but that was because it kept going out of focus. Like literally, the projection of the movie kept going out of focus. Where me and my friends like, this is bullshit. We're going, and we got out. We were like, it's go in there, man. I feel like I'm having a stroke. Get in there and take a look. Your fucking eyes are going nuts with this.
I remember complaining about a movie, but I don't remember what was going on, and so they gave me a ticket for a return visit.
Oh, I think the worst thing I ever did was my girlfriend and I took stink bombs into a theater. We set them off because we were terrible humans. And then my mom like got a refund for all of us. And then like a week later found out it was us that caused that. And she made us go back to the theater and like apologize. And I think we had to like do some communities or something for the theater for a little bit. It was horrible.
Nice.
Do they still have those? Do kids do stink bombs or not really?
Well, in this day and age, really, that's not the best thing to do because of
bombs.
Yeah,
it's
what they do now is just spray pepper spray instead and make everybody have to be evacuated. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that, kids.
You get a can of Axe body spray and you tape the top down and then you throw it and it goes there.
It's much better than this.
Not that I've done that.
Sure.
Oh yeah, well. The Ring, another scary.
Yes, yeah, The Ring. I hate when people cosplay that at conventions, like because I do not feel comfortable.
Dude, The Ring scared me as an adult. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember someone cosplay as the girl where half her body was in the TV on wheels and she rolled across the floor. I was like, that's commitment there.
I don't like that. I've seen her too. Don't. I'm like, good job. Can't
anytime there's somebody like that at a convention, I'm like, I don't want to LARP. Please don't come up to it's very cool costume, but I'm not here to role play. I just do your thing over there.
Oh my God.
Well, what about the dudes who come in with the electric chainsaws without obviously the chainsaw on it because they're not allowed in, and they just come up right behind you and like.
I had a guy that was dressed up like Johnny Depp. Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, I should say. And it was in the bathroom. He's like trying to make conversations with dudes at the urinal. And I'm like, dude, this isn't the place.
Character?
Yes.
These cosplayers get to him.
He did like all the weird like hand movements and shit.
Yes! It was too much. It was too much. Maron, speaking of too much, we got much more to cover.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, what's next?
Special effects.
We kind of touched on this.
Oh yeah, I mean there were.
For the time.
I mean, it was a lot of CGI and animatronics. It's like, and back then that was big time back then.
Yeah.
Is it dated? Yeah.
Especially the ending. I feel like a lot of it's not like absolute dog poo.
No, it's still. I was saying to I think I might have been saying it to Jake, but like it's got to be very impressive. Like I don't know in terms of Falcor, which you just showed, like how much of that is animatronic versus how much of that is puppetry. I know for bigger rigs like that, you take like 4 or 5 guys, like somebody's controlling an eye, someone's controlling an ear, whatever. So it's very, very impressive. It's just something it just doesn't click, like the good set pieces and good props, but just I didn't get sold on it. It's just something missing and I can't pinpoint it.
I definitely got sold on it, except for the last like minute when he's flying in the real world. It just looks absolutely horrible. But the rest of the film, I thought he looked really decent for the time.
It's weird how like the green screen actually fit with the Fantasia part of it, but not the real world.
Yeah, like now you've got skyscrapers and alleyways, and
it looks like you on your like in front of yours right now, Marilyn. Like that's literally like the quality that it had in the real life. Like,
Marilyn, give me one of these. Give me yeah. There it is. Go perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you go.
I guess maybe it is just the nostalgia of it. Like if I had seen it now, maybe I wouldn't have like the connection.
Because again, I mean, like you guys know, like I loved Barbarella. I love RoboCop. I love practical effects in movies.
You love RoboCop.
I love RoboCop. I'd marry RoboCop if I could in the state of Pennsylvania. Hey! He's a robot. He can't get. But
no, he's got a family. Come on, hey, breaking up a family like that.
They're long gone.
He's a robot.
But the point is, the practical effects, like dated, yes, but they're still enjoyable. And if anything, that's what makes the movie better for me. It's like, wow, look at that puppet, look at that stop motion, look at that special effects. It was not a saving grace for this movie for me. Again, Barbarella, stupid effects. I'm sorry. Just having that little airship go woo, woo, woo around on the ice. But still, it's like I love Barbarella. I don't know what it is. If someone can tell me, please.
I don't.
You better
ask
believe
Noah.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Noah, what is this? Real quick. What is this for?
That's the singer for the Never-Ending Story.
Song, yeah. That's Limahl.
Yeah.
Limahl.
I've watched that way too many times.
I was very surprised to find that it was a male vocalist.
Yes.
I think most people were, yeah.
I was as well, actually. I think I found that out honestly in the last 8-9 years.
Well, like when Stranger Things did it.
He was in a band called Gaja Gugu.
Gaja Gugu.
Oh yeah, Gaja
That
Gugu.
checks.
With such top hits as Baba Booey and Shim Sham Shammy.
Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. You don't have to tell Krystle that, Mike. She thinks absolutely nothing's wrong with Barbara.
There's nothing wrong with Barbarella. That's
facts.
What are you
I
talking
don't even want to joke about it.
What's next on the list?
I won't even joke that there could be something wrong with Barbarella.
Well, we're on track now, unless anyone has any final comments.
Any other things we want to mention about this wonderful movie before we go through our ratings and take care of some business?
I don't know.
I thought for some reason Deep Roy and the snail were going to save the day for some reason. Like they were going to run in, like save him because it's such a fast snail.
Right.
Like they put so much into that snail and the stop motion movement across whatever. I was like, that's going to come into play somewhere here. I know it. And then it didn't happen. I'm like, fucking A, man.
And I feel like that's kind of like what Marilyn was saying, where you just have these characters and it's just kind of like,
let's
go.
Right.
Like the giant mountain guy on a huge stone bike. I was like, he's going to crush things. Yeah. Nope.
Okay, so take those characters out of the movie And then I think you wouldn't have such a feel for what Fantasia is and how much he is
Absolutely.
saving.
Correct.
So they do serve a purpose. And I think it goes back to the whole movie. Like, you learn about humanity and love and, you know, depression and fighting that depression and continuing on no matter what. So I think, you know, maybe as a young adult, not kids, but maybe a young adult movie, I think it plays really well for that.
So let me ask the panel this. What was nothing?
I think
It's not something.
Marilyn
It's exactly that. Nothing.
I mean, how do you define nothing?
Non-existence. It's non-existence.
I think the nothing really represents the lack of caring. Like, I think the nothing is when you quit caring about life and you kind of give up. And
thus the horse dies.
Yeah, because he's
he
stuck in the Toro swamp.
He comes back. But I think the nothing is really important, and it's like a very important part of the film. You know,
I think it'll be different for whomever actually gets whatever message they take from the film. It'll be different for each person.
That's true. Also,
I will say that was a pretty depressed horse. If he got swallowed up by the swamp of sadness, like he had some underlying issues.
It's true.
I think he just couldn't go anymore.
He's like, well, this guy's riding me around. I'm sick of being ridden.
I'm gonna take the easy way out.
At least he went under before the rodents of an extraordinary size started to come out and eat them.
There you again, Princess Bride.
It was the same set. All right, what do we have next?
I will say it's Rosie. I said the same thing. Again, not realizing he was actually the Oompa Loompa.
We will get to our ratings.
All right, here we go. Ratings. You've only got one movie so far.
It was a great graphic.
Thank you.
Nice.
Why is Charlie Brown sad?
So
did I miss something? What's with Peanuts?
So first off, Charlie Brown is always sad, Krystle. That's his whole thing. Second off, what we did was I went through the comment section from last month's episode and I collected everybody's individual score.
Ooh.
And I averaged that.
Peanut Gallery.
Yes. So the peanut
gallery
is our peanut gallery. So you can see that the peanut gallery gave it just a little bit higher than a 3. I believe it was like a 3.27 after averaging everybody's score out. So thank you, everybody.
Not our beloved, absolutely necessary, beautiful audience, but instead we call them the peanut gallery. Well done.
Yes.
Well,
that gave me an excuse to put in the Charlie Brown graphic.
Wow.
Thank you for
nice job, Noah. Nice job.
I can see why you don't put anything past me first.
Okay, so Brian, what is the history of the peanut gallery?
What is the history of the peanut gallery? It's the gallery at a circus that would hecklers.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, throw peanuts.
Like eating peanuts, throwing peanuts. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's our overall? Okay, so that's Hellraiser only.
Yeah, it's just one movie.
Yeah, it did
and
not.
Chat, now is your time to throw out your ratings for the Neverending Story.
So yeah, you guys can start putting your ratings out. Let's get to our ratings quickly. We don't need to go into too much detail unless somebody really wants to talk about their experience with that Neverending Story. Who wants to? Who would like to begin?
Thank you, Drax. You know it's good.
It's true.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just a block.
I feel like Jake wants to start. He looks like he wants to.
Do I? I don't know. Okay, so I feel like this movie is much like Wu-Tang. It's for the children.
True.
Sorry, Krystle. All right. All right. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it did kind of like traffic in certain themes and ideas that were they were smart and they did have some substance, and they were impressive for a children's movie, especially at the time. They could have resonated well if they were executed better, but at the end of the day, they were executed poorly. I mean, I think any message it was trying to convey about the importance of imagination and storytelling They were just drowned out by these performances that were just really over the top and like, you know, spectacle that was just lazy and low budget. I mean, I feel like it's just another one of those movies where you needed to be there, where you needed to be like of that particular time period in order to appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, okay, on Letterboxd, I gave this a 3, but that might have been too generous. So I think since we grade on a different scale here at Zenescope Movie Club, I'm going to do 2.75.
2.75 Falcors.
2.75 Falcors.
You did that really quick.
New grading graphics. So beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. No.
Someone put a drop shadow underneath. I don't know.
I like a 7/5 of a 3/4 of a Falcor.
Well, you missed last movie club. We had Pinhead, and because his face is on a grid, he was much easier to chop up.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, that's 2/3 of that. All right.
Yeah, this could be like a 2.85 Falcors.
I measured. It's 2.75.
That's fine. 2.75 Falcors. Who's up? Who's next?
I'll go next. I'll agree with Jake that today, I think a kid would probably enjoy it a lot more than an adult will, if they haven't seen it before. Because I think for me, it's all about nostalgia.
Yeah.
I mean, and even though there have been movies that I've seen before, and the nostalgia wasn't there for me, but it's like I've always loved this movie. There's just something about it that I just really love. I can't tell you why. I just do. So I'm gonna give it 3.5.
3.5 Falcors.
And that's because of nostalgia.
3.5 Falcors. Very big rating. Nice.
All right, I'll go. Fantasy World 1984, you were thinking, oh, what is the possibility of what a fantasy movie could be in 1984? I'll give you an example. Conan the Destroyer also came out in 1980.
A million times.
16 Candles came out. Not a fantasy movie in the right way, but boy, it made a lot of boys' fantasies. And then, of course, there's the Terminator that also came out during this year. So that all being said, I did not see this movie back in that day because I was more of a Terminator, Conan the Destroyer kind of guy. But after seeing it and knowing how we scale here and the writing and what was practical special effects for the time and whatnot, there was just a little too many plot holes. There was just too many bad dubbing of which makes me think, were there rewrites after filming and the only way to cover for it was to dub the dialogue to cover for the writing? It just seemed too herky-jerky for me to enjoy. The dog dragon, it just not that great looking. I did enjoy the other characters of the world. It's just unfortunately they never showed up again in any useful capacity. There was no point to them sometimes. Is it something where give the child some self-esteem and make it like it's all about you? You believe in yourself. You can do anything. Love the message. Totally agree with that. But overall, as an entertainment kind of movie, this is getting me a dos Falcors. 2 Falcors.
2 Falcors. That's
2 Falcors.
2 Falcors.
2 sad, slimy, furry Falcors.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't think he can be fluffy and slimy at the same time.
He is. Look at him.
Funny side story.
Kevin
Smith had a screening of this movie a couple of months ago at his theater, and the guy who owns that head brought the head to the theater for people to take photos with.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
And oh, by the way, Tina was there. I mean, was Tammy was there.
Tammy was there. The girl.
Cool.
All right. I would give this movie a perfect 5. However, Brian.
She's like, it's no Barbarella, so I can't give it a 5.
However, the ending is so bad now that I've rewatched it that I'm gonna give it a 4.5. because I love this movie growing up. I've had pets named Falcor. Like, I absolutely adore this film. I do like drinking with this film. That's correct, Brian. This is
Mr. Krystle to boost Never Ending Story.
I also want to boost it for everyone else.
Almost legendary status.
Just to show you guys, you know.
You're the brainiac student that always ruins the bell curve for the rest of the kids in the class.
4.5 Falcors for Krystle. Noah.
I love this movie. This movie's amazing.
Thoughts?
I'm going to take Krystle's score and I'm going to drop it by 2. And I'm going to do 2.5 Falcors. All I will say is Labyrinth forever, Never Ending Story never. I absolutely love everything about Labyrinth. I like the only good thing, as you guys have said, or at least touched on, was the message. I thought it was a great message for kids. I would absolutely want my kid or whatever to be like, yeah, it is all inside of me. I won't give up. I will carry on, That being said, like Brian pointed out at the beginning of the stream, there were so many other movies from 1984, many of which I watched growing up on VHS and stuff. Empire Strikes Back wasn't 80.
Sorry, go ahead.
What did I say?
Well, I'm saying we're not it's like we can't compare it.
I know that I can't compare. The reason why is because I have to ask myself, if I was a child in 1984, would I have liked and watched this movie? And the answer is no, I would not have. I would have found other cooler stuff to watch.
Okay.
Also, Fantasia's nasty, and I wouldn't want to say
I
that.
think for me, young childhood Ralph would have given this a 4, easy 4, easy. I think because I really remember watching it more than a couple times, multiple times for some reason.
That's impossible.
Don't know why. Look, watching it now, it definitely did not hold the appeal, but the nostalgia did keep it from going into the tank.
Yeah.
Because it did remind me. I was like, oh, I remember this, and I felt like I was a kid again. So I will go 2.5 Falcors myself. If it was my first time seeing it, I feel like I'd be going lower. Sorry, Krystle, but 2.5. Falcor.
I have to apologize.
I feel like it's a solid Falcor rating. 2.5 is not bad. It's average.
All right, Noah, change mine to 5. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, they've been locked in.
2.5 is
No
average.
takebacks.
The scores have been locked behind a steel grate. I don't even have the key.
Oh man.
So the
if it weren't for the ending, I would have given it a 5. But I forgot how terrible the ending was.
Noah, do you want to speak to what we have going on with our giveaways?
Yes, I will. Very quickly. So, as y'all know, if you were watching last month's episode, Hellraiser, still available on YouTube if you're interested. We did a little bit of an original art giveaway where we were going to raffle off a raffle off a piece of original Hellraiser inspired artwork. Unfortunately, we did not hit the like goal that we set for last month's stream, so there is no winner. However, what we've done is we've lowered the like goal for this month's stream so that hopefully we can give you guys a prize, because we would love to. I got stuff all over the place. Look at the background. I just want to give this stuff away. So there is a new what have you competition. Here's how to play. So if you would like to win the sold out OG Movie Club cover, Big Trouble in Little China homage, another 1980s movie, by the way, more fantastical in my personal opinion. All you have to do to enter in to win is subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, and after the stream has ended, so once we finish wrapping up here, comment on the video with your personal score of Never Ending Story between 0 and 5. If we get 65 likes by March 13th, we will select somebody from the comment section. Comment, not live chat, just to clarify. We will select somebody from the comment section, and we will announce the winner on next month's Movie Club, which is scheduled for March 20th. So you have until the 13th to like this video and comment with your score.
Yes.
Could be one.
Next month, tune in because we'll be giving away a signed. Look at that beauty.
9.6.
9.6 CGC grade. We'll be giving away a signed Lego set from Krystle, our Lego master. Our Lego master herself will be signing a Lego set. We'll be giving that away for next month's movie.
I will be building a Falcor for you.
Falcor build.
I lie.
She'll be doing a Falcor build. And what's our movie next month?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
I've never seen it. So, but
nice.
let's show the cover for this month because we didn't do that yet, did we? The new Elias.
Turn around.
Boom.
Dude, Falcor looks dope.
Now that is a dragon.
Dang, the Empress looks
That is a cool looking Falcor.
I love it.
He has horns here.
I have interesting feelings about this young Empress.
Right.
She's just cosplaying.
Yo, baby, I'll say her name. I'll say her name all night long, baby.
That's not the Empress from the movie. Let's be clear.
we want to let every government agent that is currently watching this.
I want to be clear that that's one of our characters in a cosplay version. Not the actual Empress from the movie.
Good news. We're all going to be on Dateline this week.
Where did Brian go?
Not happy.
He's removed himself from the situation.
He
Kid's
jumped
not
in a
happy.
trash can. Oh, what a dumpster fire. Okay.
So yes, I've posted the link. You can check out
What
that
happened in
cover
that picture?
as well as the Z-rated version on our main website.
Krystle, you're fanning yourself. Again, that is not the Empress. It's fine. Next month, we will be doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Massacre.
The original, not the remake or the Netflix
OG,
sequel.
1974. I heard that was a good year.
Actually, I don't know if I've seen the original.
I have
There's
not.
another one in like the 90s, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're in for a treat, Krystle.
That was Jasmine, I think, Brian. Thank you for clarifying. Also, anybody have anything to talk about, to plug, to speak of?
Yeah. So this weekend, anybody up in the Fresno area of California?
Fresno area.
I will be at the Weekend Blender at the Sierra Vista Mall, done by The Time Machine, Diehards and Sons Presents. I don't know if there's anybody else going to be there, but I know I'll be there.
I will not be in Fresno, but I wish I were because I would come see you.
Well, thank you.
But come see Marilyn if you're in the Fresno area or nearby the Fresno area.
If you're in the Rumson, New Jersey area, Val's Tavern, we're doing some stand-up comedy tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Myself, KP Burke, and Chris Covert doing some covert comedy. It'll be a lot of fun at Val's in Rumson, New Jersey. And then the following week, we're going to move it on up to Atlantic City, New Jersey. That's right. I'll be at the Tropicana there doing some more stand-up with Chris Covert and 2 other comedians.
Tell Chris I said hello.
Go to the 80s bar there, Brian. It's fun.
I've always had fun there. Always have fun at the Trop. So.
Good spot.
That'll be the 8th, March 8th. But tomorrow night we'll be in Rumson. Have a leap year day of comedy. Come and join us.
Wow, that's right.
We will be doing. Okay, Krystle, what do you want to talk about? Any of the?
Hello.
It's your Falcor.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to New York, but not for a show. So that's
if you're in New York, you can
find Krystle.
Find Krystle.
Don't find me.
Where in the world is Krystle?
Find Krystle.
Give him a hint. Which borough?
Manhattan.
We will be, go find Krystle in Manhattan. We will be in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, that's this week.
For next weekend, not this weekend, the following weekend, so the March 8th. There's still a few tickets left. In fact, you can come hang out if you haven't bought your tickets for Vegas yet. Come party with us. We have a great lineup. Sun, of course, we all love. Ebass, Mike Crone, Nehai, Joe, myself, Pat Shan, Dave Franchini, David Wall, Noah, Jake. We're all there. We're all in Vegas. We're all.
Why does it say Zenescope Movie Club? I won't be there. I won't be there.
You should come.
Where did they
We'd love
say
to
that?
have you.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know.
I'll be on a short film set, so I won't be able to be there.
Yeah, join us. We're going to be hanging out. If you need the link for that, can we drop the link in the comments? Just
Yep.
And you'll be.
What does the cover look like next week or next month?
Next week.
We're just teasing, right? Are we teasing the layouts or no?
I'll show you the top half.
Top half. That's all.
Hey, now.
That's all we're showing.
That's
all we're showing right now.
Oh, that's it right there. Okay, sorry.
That's the top half.
Gotcha.
Woo!
I believe there might be a chainsaw of some sort.
Could be a chainsaw.
You never know.
Any last words before we leave you?
Hakuna Matata.
We are going to eventually do one of these live. I know it. It's just a matter of time. We just have to figure out logistics for everybody to be.
Philly might not be a bad option.
Everybody's so busy. Marilyn, Brian, Krystle have a lot going on.
I don't. No.
Leverage, gotta leverage, Marilyn.
Who said that, Marilyn? Oh. All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you for having me. And everyone, love.
Thank you for joining us. See you in March. Love.
Love.
Bye.